I don't know what that was, but something just touched me. I've been hearing footsteps all night long, then a voice, and then something touched me. I'm out of here. Does that look familiar? Very common technique used in ghost hunting shows. Hi, and welcome to my series, Paranormal Poo-Poo. That opening shot that I did with the IR light is a technique that is used by ghost hunting enthusiasts. And it's an old technique that Alfred Hitchcock used to use, where he would bring the camera so close, your focus was right on the face, and the background was basically eliminated. Through facial expressions, excitement in the voice, a scene was created where terror is implied, and it works. So let's get started. The reason that I wanted to do this series is because, number one, I've had experiences in my life that I believe are paranormal. I also believe that about 90% of what we see on ghost hunting shows, paranormal shows, is just absolute nonsense. People experience something they can't explain and automatically default to paranormal. In my video series, I had the opportunity to go back to two places where I've had paranormal experiences. The first one was in Bartlett, Tennessee. And then after that, I went back to the Mansfield Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, and that's commonly referred to as Shawshank Prison, and it's the backdrop, the back setting for the movie, The Shawshank Redemption. Also in this video, I'm going to talk about cryptids, and cryptids are monsters like Loch Ness, the Jersey Devil, werewolves, vampires, Bigfoot, Mothman, you name it. That leads me into what I'm going to cover in this segment, and it's going to be the shortest coverage because I have absolutely no experience with UFOs. I've never seen one. So let's talk about UFOs for a minute. UFOs. Well, what do you say about UFOs? I've never seen one. I've never had an experience where I thought I saw one, so I never believed in UFOs. In 2019, the United States government acknowledged the existence and said that UFOs are real. Some new definitions or acronyms have come out. One is a UAP, which is an unidentified aerial phenomenon, and the other is USP, which is unidentified submersible phenomenon. And I think the reason for the UAP definition is that UFO implies something from outer space, and that's just kind of the connotation that comes with it and has been linked to that since the 1940s. UFOs are spaceships, aliens coming in from other worlds. A UAP is simply something that could just as easily be from this earth. In 2014, some videos were leaked from the Pentagon. One was called the Tic Tac video, and the other is called the gimbal video. And both of these were shot from the cockpit camera of an F-18, and both show some sort of craft maneuvering around the F-18 at speeds unlike anything we have the capability to produce. If we can't produce something that can go that fast, who can? Truth is, we just don't know. So even though the government has acknowledged the existence of UFOs, in the back of my mind, I still don't believe in them. I have to accept the fact that anything is possible, and if we can't prove that it doesn't exist, then we at least have to keep our mind open to the possibility that they do exist. I'm not ready to cop to the UFO thing yet, but I will say that I've seen some video that's pretty amazing, and I've had a couple of personal friends tell me stories of things that happened in their life that convinced them that UFOs are real. So we'll just let it go at that. One of the backstories from the ghost hunts that we did at Mansfield Prison happened in the cell where the guy had burned himself to death. And I talked about a malfunction with my little mag light. What happened, the full story was, the light went bright, dim, real bright, and then it went out. Well, I had enough batteries that I could change everything we had twice. So I did. I changed the batteries out in this thing. And when I turned it back on, the light again went bright, dim, bright, and then it burned out. So lucky for me that Maglite includes a replacement bulb in the rear cap. So I took the cap off, replaced the bulb, put it back together, and it worked fine. And here we are in 2023, and that bulb still works today. It's the same bulb that I changed out that night in the prison. That's the only time in all my years of using these that a bulb ever burned out in one of these lights. The second thing that happened that night in the cell was that our tape recorder failed to work. We changed the batteries out, went through all that, and it just wouldn't work. Couldn't get it to record. So I gave up on the EVP session. When we got outside working in the yard the next day, I asked Peggy what she thought about the fact that the tape recorder wouldn't work. She said it was just a coincidence. And she said what would be strange is if it worked now. So I went in the house, got the tape recorder, and it worked fine. Paranormal? I don't know, but it did happen. And one of the things that people claim is that spirits, ghosts can affect electronics, and I don't know if it was a ghost doing it, but I know our electronics were definitely interfered with, and I know they didn't function properly. Make of it what you will, but it really happened.